Welcome back to the Hags Overlanding shop. Today, I'm going to do something I haven't done before. An unboxing. Let's get into it. In this box I've got something that I've needed to do for a while now. But it's to replace my fridge. Chose a set power fridge for this one. I like the reputation that they've had online and from other YouTube users that I trust. Let's get rid of this box. We'll get some knives to cut it open. I chose the Set Power AJ30 because 30 quarts seem to be about the right size for what I do. My last one, sitting behind us over here, is a 48 quart. It seems to be a little bit big for just me. This one is probably fine for a solo person for a few days, and maybe a pair of people for a couple of days. Looks like we've got the box in a box in a box in a box situation here. So it's well packaged. No matter what happened to the outside package from the delivery, I don't think there's going to be any problems inside. And there's still more cardboard inside, but this doesn't look like a box. Take some of this stuff off so it can be gotten at. Take the plastic off so we can get a grip on it. And we're going to struggle a little bit to lift it out of the box. There we go. What I'm seeing looks like some nice rugged construction. Inside, another box in the box. Silica gel keeps it nice and dry inside. Don't need that. There's a rack for organization with a divider, and a small section here for some smaller things. Convenient little list here. Get some ideas at what temperature you should keep things at. Don't know if that'll help me a lot, but we'll use that. Nice digital display. Got a, looks like a 15 amp fuse here, and our outlet connection. In this little box, I believe there's going to be the things like the handles for it. And of course, the plug-ins. So we've got some handle assemblies, one for each side. The power source, a tool, presumably for putting the handles on, and the hardware for the handles. And the documentation. I've set one of these up already, so I pretty much know how the documentation goes. I'm going to start here with emptying the hardware out into one of the little convenient little can holders up on top. You have their convenient little tool, to be a Torx wrench. I don't know what size at the moment. And to set that up, there are some plugs. Let's get rid of these off of here before I lose them. Some convenient plugs on the side here we'll be removing and putting the handles in. Pop those plugs out. Doesn't take much more than fingernail pressure to get them out. Set one of the handles on. And start the hardware into place. You fell down. We'll set one of the handles on. Set some of the hardware into place. Let it find its hole. And start tightening it down. I'm not going to tighten it down all the way just yet. I'm going to see if I can find a screwdriver with the right size so I can grip it better. Alright, this appears to be T30. That's much easier. Alright, that's perfect. See here we got a 15 amp fuse connection and the 12 or 24 volt DC connection, which is in this bag here. Digital display for temperature, easy adjustments, max and eco on off switch, easy to handle. There's no Bluetooth on this particular unit, which I don't usually connect things like this to my phone anyway. This has a LED light inside of it for convenience. A little bit closer look at that label we talked about a minute ago. Okay, let's plug this thing in, make sure it works on the bench here. Looks like we have a 12 volt power adapter. So we got the brick. Got the 12 volt plug that goes into the cooler itself. It's about, I'm going to estimate about an 8-foot long cord. I've got a 6-foot wingspan. I'm not always impressed with these 12 volt plugs, but I'm going to leave it on there for now. We'll see how it does. It may end up getting changed out later for a Anderson power pole, which is my preferred connection method. And we've got the power cord for the brick. I don't think the power cord for the brick or the brick itself will be going with me on many trips, as I tend to prefer to go off-grid, or if I'm going to be on-grid, I'll have enough power coming back to the accessory system through the truck and the trailer in order to power the fridge off the DC system no matter what. Okay, we've got power to the brick. I saw this flash momentarily when we plugged it in. Tell me it's 48 degrees inside there now. It's on the max setting. Let's give it something reasonable. 35 sounds reasonable to give it a test to come down to. Right now it's 1231, and we'll see what it takes to come down to 35 degrees. So it's got to go down roughly 38 degrees. Sorry, roughly. It's got to go down roughly 18 degrees. 13 degrees. But it's adjusting now for the temperature it actually is. There's our light inside. Okay, being 1230, you can see the temperature is actually going up because it's Interesting. Temperature's going up, I think, because it's warmer outside than it is in there right now, and I just turned it on. We'll come back in about 20 minutes and see how it's looking.
One eternity later.
Okay, well, it's been about 30 minutes now, and it's actually come down to about 28 degrees, so we're going to go with that and say it's worthwhile. Of course, it is empty and I don't have anything in it, but I imagine it'll keep temperature better as it's loaded up and has a bigger mass of cool air in it. I'm somewhat disappointed in the handles because they move around a lot, but I imagine they'll be strong enough to tie it down in the back of the truck. Speaking of, it'll probably live mostly in the back of the truck instead of in the bed of the truck, because this one's small enough to actually fit on my platform that I did recently. Okay, it fits really decently into the back of the truck. There's room to open the lid all the way, except for the one little obstruction from the rack, overhead rack I put in a while back. And it plugs in easily to my power center up at the center console. I think this is where it's going to be able to live for a while. The other one was just too big to fit in here, and I had the seats in the way. Excellent. Now, like I said, this is just an unboxing. This isn't a review of the company. This was paid for. It wasn't sent to me. Not a sponsorship deal. I'm not nearly big enough for that at this point in this YouTube career. I just generally needed a new one, and we're going to see how this one does. If I do a review, it'll be a little while down the road after I've had it for a while and taken it on a few trips. We'll revisit it then, but so for now, just an unboxing and my initial impressions. Overall, I'll say it's a worthwhile purchase. We're going to do some long-term work with this, and we'll see what we think of in the future. So thanks for joining me here on Hags Overlanding, where we took a look at the Set Power AJ30G. This is the end of May of 2026. I don't know when the next video on this one will come out, but we're going to put it through its paces and see how it does for us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it around. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you out there on the trail.